limit or within the incorporated city limits and meet the requirements for this open seat. And both applicants are here to interview with you tonight.
Great. Thank you for the explanation too on the process. Yeah. Okay, well then let's go ahead, council, and call forward Faith Bergevin. Good evening. Thank you for applying. So we have just a few simple questions for you, okay? And we'll start with question one. Please tell us why you wish to serve on the Planning and Zoning Commission.
I love this town. We moved from Minnesota about a year and a half ago, and I have just really felt part of community and appreciate learning new things, and I hopefully could bring something to offer to help or any way I can serve.
Okay. Did I get your name right?
Faith Bergevin.
Bergevin, okay, sorry.
Yes.
Second question is, what are your specific qualifications for the Planning and Zoning Commission?
I know very little about planning and zoning. Honestly, I feel that more of my skill set would have to do with my passion for housing issues, having been on a board in Minnesota having to do with homeless shelter. I have served on a city. It was more of a collaborative effort to promote housing options for low-income individuals, and so I was part of that. But when it comes to urban planning or zoning issues, I'm pretty much a novice, to be honest. But I'm willing to learn and would very much look forward to learning anything that I can.
Okay. And then last question is, what do you hope to accomplish during your appointment?
That's a good question. I would like to accomplish quite a bit of educational process for myself, but also to be able to look at a big picture. I'm very good at looking at a big picture and seeing unique perspectives on things that other people might not. My brain is kind of wired that way to brainstorm and problem solve in very unique ways. Mm-hmm. Having had a lot of children and having to make things work in life has given me a unique skill set. Sure. So I would like to bring that to the table.
Okay, great. Do you have any questions for us?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Should I have questions for you?
If ever you do, you can always contact us. So,
very good.
Great. Well, thanks very much for your application and coming in for an interview tonight. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you very much.
And then up next we have Lindsay Maston. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm hoping for a position on the Planning and Zoning Commission. I, like apparently everyone in this room, am new in town. I moved here last August from San Luis Obispo area, California, and I've really been enjoying it here and wanting to get more involved and meet people and be friendly, and I thought I'd put my nerdery to use.
Okay, great. You just answered the first question.
I figured, sorry, I do that. I own a creative agency, and part of that is presenting, and so I kind of do that.
Sure, no problem. Let's roll into the second question, which is, what are your specific qualifications for the Planning and Zoning Commission?
I have a Bachelor of Architecture from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. I've worked in a couple architectural offices. I was an intern architect at Mark Horton in San Francisco, and I was an intern architect at Darden Architects in Fresno, California. And, you know, all of the architectural education, it does include urban planning and programming. And so I also know, I have a number of friends who've gone into it and we talk about it. And in my professional life, I mentioned I own a creative agency. The creative agency focuses on branding. We mostly work with wineries, big hopes for this area. Although all of our clients at this time are not in Arizona, they're in California and New York. But we are hoping to get inroads. But part of the work that we do with them is consulting on flow through buildings and environmental design. So not directly zoning and planning, but related to programming concerns, stuff like that.
Okay. Third question is, what do you hope to accomplish during your appointment?
I'm really hoping to help continue Cottonwood's growth. One of the things that we were really excited about moving here is the way the city seems poised to grow in a really beautiful direction, and I would like to participate in that. I've read through some of the old minutes on the Planning and Zoning Commission, and it does seem like that's part of the goals of the current commission. So really working on making the facades functional and attractive and more greenery, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Great. Do you have any questions for us?
I was curious why the appointment is so short, the actual position.
Right. Most appointments are for 4 years, I believe, on the commission, or for 3, excuse me. We had a vacancy.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
figured it was something like that, but thought I'd
Yeah.
ask.
Yep, somebody resigned. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay. Need more time, or are we? Okay. Okay, so we are doing a lot of interviews this evening, so just so everyone is aware. Next up is the interview of applicants for a vacancy on the Parks and Recreation Commission.
We have one 3-year term available on the Parks and Recreation Commission currently due to the expiration of someone's term. We received applications from Kimberly Kelly and Christopher Young. Both applications were reviewed by the blind review, or the applicant review committee, and they now need to be interviewed by council to complete the process. Both applicants are scheduled to be in attendance tonight. Both meet the minimum qualifications and both live within the incorporated city limits.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Let's go ahead then and call Miss Kimberly Kelly up. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor, Council.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, same 3 questions. We should have maybe spaced this out differently, but the last one interviewing is going to be the most stellar, I think. A lot of time to think about it. But again, thanks for your application. So first question is, please tell us why you wish to serve on the Parks and Recreation Commission.
Well, I'd like a second term on the Parks and Rec because I felt like the first year was really an educational year. It took me a while to figure out what my part was in it, to figure out where all the commissioners actually fit in. Mm-hmm. And once I found that out, I recognized what my gift could be and to really help, and that is to help Robin and the whole department in the marketing area, but not just specifically marketing to gain new members, but rather retention, because retention is a lot easier to do, and it just seems to be a better plan. And my strengths are in social media and other types of reach out marketing to make sure people know that they're valued, that there's certain programs going on, that we can actually schedule these social media posts to come out at practical times. So I'm good at that, and I've volunteered to help Robin with that. So I'd really like to pursue that again.
Great. And then the next question are, what are your specific qualifications for this commission?
Well, about 15 years of social marketing, promoting my husband for a long time, actually longer than that, and just learning to develop new programs, to develop new ideas and strategies to promote him.
To promote, I'm sorry?
To promote him.
Oh, okay.
Ex-husband.
Okay.
And Other than that, I've been doing it for our center, Center of Universal Light, and I help with the Old Town Center for the Art as well, and I do that also, help with marketing.
Right. Okay. And then last question is, what do you hope to accomplish during your appointment?
That's what I hope to accomplish is to build their social media program so that it's a little more streamlined and not so labor intensive. And I use a specific program called Hootsuite to do that. I take all of their different platforms and put them into one program so that you can continually send out information to the various to the various Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. And so I want to work with them on also creating more videos, get more videos out there of people working out, of activities, but real-time stuff. Because I think what the future is going to be is the younger kids that want to join. And I think that's going to help them join, but not only help them, but to keep them coming back.
All right.
And I love to see that. You know, I go there at least 3 times a week, and I love to see that. I love it when the kids come in to play basketball, and I think that's going to be a real key, is to have programs that attract the kids. And I think to do that, we have to push video out, just the way it is.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions for us?
No,
No? Okay.
no.
All right. Well, thanks for being here, and thanks for reapplying for this position. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm going to take off. I had a dog that just got out of surgery, and I didn't want to leave her alone too
Okay.
long. So thank you
All
very
right. Well,
much.
thanks for being here.
Council.
Appreciate it. Okay. Christopher Young, you are up next. Good evening.
Mr. Mayor and Council.
Thanks for being here this evening.
Thank you.
Same 3 questions, believe it or not. And the first one is, please tell us why you wish to serve on the Parks and Recreation Commission.
Well, excuse me, I moved here in December of 2018, and I immediately fell in love with the Verde River, and that's what's kept us here. And so I want to bring myself and become more of a service to the community. I've spent my entire career, I'm a disabled veteran. I went to school at University of South Carolina and took a commission in the United States Navy. I spent 11 years. April 2011, I was honorably discharged. And then I went on to create a company that also served the community as well. So it's just a life of service.
Okay. And can you tell us about your specific qualifications for the Parks and Recreation Commission?
My specific qualifications is obviously through the military. I've learned how to lead people and have a lot of responsibility for that. I do have a master in business administration that I acquired as well. I started my own company once I got out. I was able to sell it for a pretty decent profit, and so I understand the economics and how those things work. But the company I created was an environmental company. It was a food waste recovery, so I understand environmental concerns. And my last job in the Navy was an operations officer, so strategic planning, long-range planning, training, all those things I'm extremely good at.
Okay. And then what do you hope to accomplish during your appointment?
Well, because my children and I now call Cottonwood home, you know, I want to assure that they, as well as future generations, have access to enjoyable and sustainable spaces and events, and to make sure that that's for all ages, income ranges, and family types as well.
Okay. And then, did you have any questions for us?
No, I do not.
No. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your application. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you. Okay, up next, we have more interviews, interview for applicants for a Library Advisory Board member vacancy.
Hello again. We have one open seat on the Library Advisory Board with a term expiring January 21st of 2021 due to a resignation. We received applications from Kathy Hellman and Catherine Sirimarco. The applications were already reviewed by the Applicant Review Committee and now need to be interviewed by council. This seat must be filled by an applicant who resides within the city, which both of these applicants do. Both applicants are here with us tonight to interview for the position.
Okay, thank you. Let's go ahead and have Ms. Hellman then come up.
Maybe we should ask the questions in a different order.
I know, right?
Just kidding.
I didn't hear what you said.
That's better.
We're going to try to trick you on the
Good
the
evening,
the
Council.
questions. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for applying. And we're going to ask you 3 questions. You're right about that. We should.
There's no surprise anymore.
First question, have you been to Disneyland? No. First question is, please tell us why you wish to serve on the Library Advisory Board.
Working for the town of Camp Verde, I put in a lot of volunteer hours in Camp Verde, and I'd really like to start transitioning some of those volunteer hours here in Cottonwood, where I live, and get to know my own community better. I see this as a good opportunity to do that in a field that I'm familiar with and passionate about.
Great. Can you tell us what your specific qualifications are for this board?
Well, I have a master's degree in library science. I'm currently the library director at Camp Verde Community Library. I've written library policy. I keep abreast of what's going on in the library world. I'm very familiar with the up-and-coming cutting edge and the traditional practices in libraries. I also love rural communities and understand that libraries operating in rural communities don't always operate the way they do in big municipal library or areas. So it's important to make that distinction, because sometimes policy gets passed down to us from the viewpoint of a large municipal library, and it doesn't always apply in a small rural community. And I think it's important to know our community and what works in our area.
Great. And what do you hope to accomplish during your appointment?
Well, I would really like to support the library director, but also support and find ways for the library as it grows, as the city grows, and the city's goals for sustainability, for economic and environmental sustainability, basically, that the library could also come under that, and how could they support that, and how could that be important to the city of Cottonwood? Sorry, Cottonwood, Camp Verde, I'm getting it all mixed up. Anyway, I would really like to see the Cottonwood Library. It's already, I'd say, one of the premier library in the Verde Valley, and I'd like to see that recognized more and support that more. The Cottonwood Library is an amazing library. People come to the Camp Verde Library, and they say they're from Cottonwood, and I say, why don't you go, you guys have a great library there. So to help Cottonwood become more of a leader in the Verde Valley, in the library system. So that would be important to me.
Okay. That's great. Ms. Hellman, do you have any questions for us?
No, I don't.
No. Okay.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Appreciate it. Okay, Ms. Sirimarco, did I get your name right?
Yes, Siri Marco.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you for your application.
Council members, Mayor.
All right, from the top, please tell us why you wish to serve on the Library Advisory Board.
Well, I am a newcomer in town as well, so I've been here about a year. And I'm from Denver. In Denver, I did a lot of volunteer work, and one of the things that I did was I ran a meetup group that paired volunteers with organizations that needed help. And my personality is just to want to help communities. I like getting involved, and one of the things that struck me about Cottonwood in particular is how welcoming everybody is here. And also, I sometimes have a bit of a hard time making friends, and so one of the very first introductions that I had to the city was through the library. I took a gardening class, and it was just a really amazing experience to me, so I wanted to give back. And my friend Faith interviewed tonight as well, and she told me that she was getting more involved, so I looked at the open positions on the website, and I was like, oh, the library is totally my jam.
Great.
That's my story.
Very good. Can you tell us about your specific qualifications for the Library Advisory Board?
Sure. I pride myself on being an efficiency expert. So what I do for a living is I work with marketing automation. And basically that is creating practices for repeatable processes and just streamlining things. So one of the things that struck me about the library board position, because I went to one of their meetings, and I love how organized Ryan is. He has, a bullet point list of goals that he wants to achieve, and I think that, that is right. That's totally my style. So one of the things that he had mentioned was streamlining the volunteer process, because it sounds like they keep doing things over and over and over again, and I'm very good at that, so I think that I can help.
Okay. And then what do you hope to accomplish during your appointment?
I really want to learn more about how these boards work. This is brand new to me, and I have friends who have worked on boards, specifically in Denver for mental health, and they've just told me amazing stories about how much fulfillment that they get out of it. And so personally, I would like to get a lot of fulfillment out of helping others and also being more involved in the Cottonwood community.
All right, and do you have any questions for us this evening?
Yeah, do I get to know my score?
I believe that you do, yes. Is that correct? Yeah.
You're done
Just
compiling.
not now.
No, not now. It would be,
Mr. Mayor, at one point, it will be a public record.
yeah, that's right, yeah.
Cool. And I would like to say that it sounds like you have so many really qualified applicants, so I'm really encouraged with the amount of contribution that I'm seeing. It's really great.
It is encouraging for us as well, so,
Yeah.
and just so you know, there are many openings, many times throughout the year. We have a lot of other boards and commissions, so many our manager can't count them all.
I can't.
Oh, cool. Good
But
to
there
know.
are many ways to help volunteer in this community, so really do appreciate your application.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We move on next to the interview of applicants for 2 Airport Commission member vacancies.
Final time you get to see me tonight. We have 2 expired terms on the Airport Commission. Each of these terms are for 3 years. We advertised the openings and we received 4 applications. The applications were already reviewed by the Applicant Review Committee and now need to be interviewed tonight. Based on our current commission members, the applicants' backgrounds and the minimum qualifications, any combination of our 4 applicants can fill the 2 vacant seats. Tonight, only 3 out of our 4 applicants could be here, so the final interview will happen at next week's work session. So, and that will be Mr. Weidman. Everyone else should be here tonight.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Let's go ahead and have Mr. Robert Howard come up and introduce yourself. Good evening, sir. Thank you for applying. Thanks for being here this evening. You probably know the questions by heart at this point, but in case you forgot number
I
one,
assume I've been listening.
Mr. Howard, please tell us why you wish to serve on this board.
Well, you know, when I retired, one of my brother-in-laws gave me some advice. He said, first thing you need to do is get out of the house. So this would be an opportunity to do that. But I've been around aviation for a long time and kind of miss being in aviation. So I'd like to get back into the aviation business and at the same time help the community.
Great. Can you tell us about your specific qualifications for this, for the Airport Commission?
I've got around 30 years of aviation background, worked with the FAA, the TSA, several airlines. I've done about everything you can do with an airplane except fly it and fix it. You know, service labs, service water, catered them, marshaled them in, pushed them out, loaded bags, you know, customer service kind of stuff.
Okay.
So, been in it a long time, no weight and balance. You worked a lot of airport security.
Okay. And then what do you hope to accomplish during your appointment?
You know, what I'd like to see is more of the non-aviation community embracing the airport for what it is and what it brings to the community. So that's what I would like to see myself able to do.
Okay. And sir, do you have any questions for us this evening?
Nothing of any significance.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Okay. Up next, we have Mr. Money. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Please tell us why you wish to serve on the Airport Commission.
I have almost a lifetime of experience in aviation in one way or another. I have served for quite some time on the Airport Commission and have learned a great deal. And I would like to continue to use this knowledge to serve the citizens of Cottonwood.
Okay. And Mr. Money, what are your specific qualifications for the Airport Commission?
I'm currently a pilot. I base an aircraft at Cottonwood Municipal Airport. Let's see, I've been on the Airport Commission for, goodness, 12 years. And I'd like to keep serving.
Okay. And then what do you hope to accomplish during your appointment?
The list of activities we have in front of us at the Airport Commission is long and convoluted. From, we're going through a master plan, a new master plan right now. We're working on a displaced threshold to ease noise abatement. A pavement preservation program is being established. Let's see, we have a new taxiway reconstruction coming very soon. The list is long, and it doesn't seem like there's ever a lack of things to do at the Airport Commission.
I've noticed that. Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
No, not this evening.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Wade. Thanks to you as well for your application. Same questions. Please tell us why you wish to serve on the Airport Commission.
I've been the vice
chairman of the commission for several years. I am a aircraft owner and a leaseholder with the city of Cottonwood. And I believe there's a lot of work to be done at the airport. And I would like to continue to serve on the commission to try to address several issues that have come up.
Okay. And then can you tell us, please, about your specific qualifications for the Airport Commission?
Well, I've been a pilot for 47 years. I kind of hate to admit that. And I've been flying out of Cottonwood for 30 years. When I first came down here, there was a dirt road actually to the airport, so there's been a lot of progress made. I have been involved in aviation for many, many years. Have served on several other committees at the state, federal level, and I think I'm quite qualified to provide judgment and guidance to the city.
Okay. And then what do you hope to accomplish during your appointment?
I think we need to continue with the activities that we've been working on, such as the noise abatement, working on improving the management of the airport, trying to work with the city and assisting with some on-site management. And we're going to embark on the master plan, which I think is going to address multiple issues and probably bring forth a lot of the issues that we've talked about for the last couple of years that have really deserved some additional planning and insight.
Okay. Okay. And then do you have any questions for us?
Thank you for the opportunity to serve on the commission.
Great. Thank you for your service. Appreciate it. Okay, I think that wraps up our interviews. Thanks again to all the applicants that are still here. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of opportunity in Cottonwood to serve either on a board or commission or in many other ways. So if you don't get it this go around, believe me, there's going to be an opportunity quickly for you to apply again. And always check out our website to see what those volunteer opportunities are. And thanks to those of you who have recently moved here. And hope you love Cottonwood as much as we do, and thank you very much. All right.
Do we need all the sheets?
We'll collect it. You can leave them there, we'll collect them.
Okay, great. All right, then let's move on down the agenda to item 7, which is the annual appointment of vice mayor. Sorry, I'm waiting for this to load up here. No, I think it's going here. So anyway, this is kind of self-explanatory. We do this once a year. I don't know how you all want to proceed. I think it's important to me that we give this council an opportunity every year to bring this appointment in front of the full council. And if anybody else wants an opportunity to serve as vice mayor, to give those folks an opportunity, I think our vice mayor has done a more than exceptional job.
Wow.
Has
That's on the record, too.
has,
You know? Did the cameras catch that?
has really. I just really appreciate you stepping up and being at many events, community events, and you've been very present, much more so than me in many cases, and it's much appreciated. That said, it's important that other council members have an opportunity to serve if they so wish, but we're just here tonight to discuss that.
And
I
thank you-
also
oh,
agree, sorry.
Go ahead.
I also agree with Vice Mayor attending lots of things. As a new council member and more of a resident than anything, she's very visible and vocal and involved.
Yes.
I've been waiting for somebody to comment on my sense of humor, but I guess that's not coming, so. And I
You have a
wanted,
great smile.
although we're seeing your sense of humor tonight quite a bit. And I appreciate the kind words, and I did want to say thank you to the council members who appointed me, and also to the community members and staff and council members that supported me through this year of service. It's been an honor to serve this community as vice mayor. That being said, I wholeheartedly support Mayor Linsky's rather, new with his term of mayor of rotating the vice mayor position. I think it gives, others a chance to maybe polish off their public speaking skills, gives them a chance to panic if they may have missed the countdown and think they've ruined the city's New Year's Eve party, which again was not my fault. And so I just wanted to add a couple of things, though. I do think, and I feel very strongly, this is something that we spoke about in years past. I do feel strongly that the vice mayor should be an elected position and not an appointed position. Sorry, Councilmember Weldon and Nairn. And I also believe that all of our remaining available council members, including our appointed, but of our elected, are all very well qualified. I think we did have Councilmember Hargy already serve as vice mayor. I do believe, Councilmember Hulse has been very well qualified, very involved, very active. However, I would propose and nominate Councilmember Matthews to serve as my replacement. Obviously, I'm just one voice, but throughout this year, I've been very impressed with his preparation for meetings, his questions, his involvement in council and community activities, and I would be happy to hand over the title, well, to anybody, but he is who I'm nominating tonight.
Is that a motion?
It's not a motion, it's just to discuss. I can make a motion, but I'd rather hear from everybody else.
I'll speak up. I think that, and it's obvious, I know, but the vice mayor steps in when the mayor is unavailable to attend a meeting. But more importantly, because my track record's awfully good, I don't miss too many meetings. Really being available to the public when I'm not, and we're fortunate with Councilmember Matthews in that he's self-employed and has plenty of free time.
Yeah, you said.
So I assume. But no, I've served with Matthews not just on council's city council, but as well on the Historic Preservation Commission. And I would agree. I think he'd be an excellent vice mayor, and I know that you're out in the community an awful lot representing this council, so I would agree. I would not be disappointed with any of the electeds.
Correct.
Either. I think, we all have a stellar service in the community, and I do agree with you. I think it is important that the vice mayor appointment go to somebody who has been elected, and it is no hard feeling to the appointed members, but I think it's just important that because in the event of my untimely demise.
Oh my, it's dramatic.
Should I get clubbed to death outside a meeting where we talk about trash or something like that? Then the vice mayor would have to step in and fill my seat here as chair of this commission, and that's why I feel it's important that that person had been elected by the electorate. So anyway, any other thoughts from other council members?
I'd make a motion.
Let's hear it.
I would move that Councilmember Matthews be appointed the vice mayor for the year of 2020.
Second.
Okay, we had a motion and a second. Councilmember Hulse made the motion, vice mayor seconded it. If we could have a roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Hulse.
Yes.
Councilmember Matthews.
Yes.
What?
Councilmember Nairn.
Yes.
Councilmember Weldon.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Henry.
Yes.
Mayor Linsky.
Yes.
Motion carried.
You notice I didn't ask you how you felt about it.
I did. I noticed that. I did notice that. I'll tell you how I feel about that. I'm very honored that you would think that I would be a good vice mayor and a good choice. This is not something I did pursue, would pursue, not something I necessarily strive to achieve. The bar this last year has been set very high. So I will do the best I can to reach for that bar and represent you. And I would encourage you to make as many of these as you possibly can this year, but I will do my best to step into those shoes and do the best I can and represent Cottonwood and council at anything that you deem that it would be. So I'm very humbled and very honored.
Excellent. Good. Well, congratulations. Can you count down from 10, I think, is the most important question.
I've got a year to practice. So.
All right, very good. Well, thank you, council, and thank you, Vice Mayor, for your service. Really appreciate it. Okay, so next is annual appointment of council representatives to various organizations, committees, and boards related to intergovernmental, regional, and other matters. So this is the part of the year where we reassign these appointments as well, and typically we just pass everything over to the most recently appointed council members. So.
They tried that. They tried that on me earlier this year.
I don't feel quite well.
It gets worse.
So again, it's in our packet. We'll just go down the list, and we'll start with NACOG, Northern Arizona Council of Governments. We had Councilmember Matthews take over for me as the primary representative, and I was the alternate. I think that's worked out well because I've never had to be your alternate.
I have missed a couple, one medical and another one that I was out of town, but I do really like serving on NACOG. I feel that's something that probably need more than a year to really get into and participate in. Of course, I thought that about the vice mayorship too. But I would, if nobody else really wanted to take that, I would be pleased to continue that this coming year.
Thank you.
Good.
Great. And
You're in.
I like it.
I'll remain the alternate if that's pleases council. Okay. NAMWA, Northern Arizona Municipal Water Users Association. I'm the lead on that, and Vice Mayor Henry's the alternate. I have not heard a single thing about that. So.
Does it still exist?
I don't know.
Yes, it does.
It does, okay. I haven't been attending or heard of any meetings at all, so.
Mr. Mayor, I'll follow up on that.
Great.
Thank you. I don't mind staying as the alternate, especially since it didn't take a lot of time this year.
At all, okay. And my sincere apologies to NAMWA. Okay, so we'll keep it as it is. Verde Valley Transportation Planning Organization, the VVTPO, a lot of acronyms tonight. Vice Mayor Henry, Councilmember Henry, you were the lead on that, and how did that work out?
It's extremely useful. I'd like to stay as the lead on that one unless someone else had a burning desire, then, we can talk. But it's a lot of good information as far as transportation, what our neighboring communities are planning to do, what projects we can do. Our city engineer attends with me, and I learn something every time. So I would like to stay on that one.
Great.
If everybody else agreed.
Okay, we need to appoint, I agree. We need to appoint an alternate for that, as Councilmember Althouse was the alternate.
Just so council knows, I'm the chair. So if you are the alternate, you will be expected to run the meeting. They're once a quarter. It's pretty straightforward, and they're usually over in about 2 hours. They're usually from 8 to 10 on a random. I think it's a Wednesday morning, so it's doable for a lot of schedules.
So how many meetings did you miss this last year?
Did I have to check. I don't believe I did.
I don't think so either. So I'll be happy to step up and be the alternate for that one.
All right.
I took out my bag.
All right, that's good. So Councilmember Narron will be the alternate, and then the Cottonwood Personnel Board, Councilmember Matthews. You were the jefe on that one from.
I was. It's a good board. It's good. There's good people on there, and I'd be willing to continue to serve on that unless somebody else wanted to jump in there.
Okay. That sounds good to me. We need to appoint an alternate.
I would do that.
Great. Councilman Pulse will be the alternate. Thank you. Does that sound good to council?
Mm-hmm,
I'm
absolutely.
going to assume unless someone throws a shoe at me. All right, Verde Valley Homeless Coalition, we have Councilmember Nairn attending their regular meetings, their public meetings, and the alternate for that was Alt House as well. How has that been going?
Well, they do meet almost every month. It's the fourth Thursday at noon, so it's lunchtime, but they don't serve any food. However, I would be happy to continue serving on that. It's here in town, it's easy for me to get to, and it is an organization I've been involved with since they started.
Great.
And that's Thursday at noon, you said? Okay.
Fourth Thursday at noon.
Okay, Alt House was the alternate. Is there a council member who would like to serve as the alternate for that? I'm on the board, so I don't know how that would work with me being your alternate to attend.
It's every month at noon?
It's once a month. I have missed one meeting in the last year. So more than likely, the alternate won't have to attend very many meetings.
I'd be pleased to be the alternate, I just don't.
I don't necessarily think it's a conflict just because you're on their board of directors to come in as a city representative if I should have to miss a meeting.
No conflict.
Isn't the goal of us serving on these boards and commissions partially to come back and report to council? I mean, at least for this one, I know there are some others with different membership needs, but I'd be more than happy to hear from our city attorney, but I don't see that that's any kind of a conflict.
I don't see a legal conflict, but it's unusual to serve on the board and represent another agency. But in this case, I think if the mayor is going to serve on the board and report back and perform that function, I don't think there's a legal conflict of interest either for the city or the homeless coalition.
Okay. And yeah, in this case, it's really just attending their monthly updates to the community. Yeah, so I think that'd be okay. I guess I'm trumping the attorney.
The attorney said there was no legal conflict.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and be the alternate, unless there's somebody else, given the crickets I heard. There's nobody else up here, really.
I'm holding my finger on something.
I hear you, yeah, okay. All right, then I'll go ahead and be the alternate for Councilmember Nairn. And thank you for continuing to serve on that. Area Agency on Aging, Region 3, through NACOG. Councilmember Nairn, you served on this?
Oh, I tried, but there are no meetings of that anymore. There haven't been since I said I would do it, so.
Okay. They must meet the same time NAMWA meets.
I don't know.
Okay.
The last I heard, they weren't having meetings.
Okay, we're going to follow up on these ones that we're getting blanks on and make sure.
I mean, so from that standpoint, I'd be happy to continue.
Okay.
And if there is going to be meetings, please let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and then Councilmember Holst will be the alternate still. Will that work for you?
As long as it continues the way it has.
If you want, I'll take that off your hands.
I'm sure
No,
you
that's
would.
okay.
Okay.
All right, alternate pension board. Councilmember Holst, you're the appointee for that one, and then I'm the alternate. How's that working out?
So far, so good.
Okay, same here. So keep that going. Does that work for you?
Yep.
Okay, great. Boards and Commissions Applicant Review Committee, Councilmember Matthews, you've been the lead on that, and then the alternate was Councilmember Henry. Did you enjoy that? Was that working out well?
It is. It's basically, we do the blind matrix. So we get the same information that you guys just got on the candidates, except we don't have their personal information. We don't get to know who they personally are. So that's been interesting. I think that's something maybe that ought to rotate
Okay.
quite frequently. I wouldn't mind staying on as the alternate.
Okay.
But I think somebody else should probably take that on and give me a chance to sit here and score.
Okay, is there another council member that'd like to sit in on that?
If nobody else will, I certainly would, but I'm eyeing one other thing. But I could be, you're the alternate.
You get to pick 2 or 3.
Well, I'm going to. I got them. I got them right here. Yeah, that's fine. I can do that as well as if I can do some others.
I'll take the alternate on that then.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, so Ms. Wilden knows because she's new. That means that you won't be scoring the applicants when they come before council.
Okay. Okay, so then, does that sound reasonable to everyone, that Councilmember Wilden will be the, okay,
Yes.
great. And we'll have our new vice mayor be the alternate on that. Applicant Review Committee, so next is Verde Valley Regional Economic Organization, Long Range Strategic Planning, Vice Mayor. You were the lead for council on that, and I really appreciate you being there. Is that something that you'd like to continue?
Is that the one that you've got earmarked? Then I'm happy to, I enjoy that organization. But as long as somebody is coming back and informing,
Sure.
updating council, then I'm perfectly fine with focusing on other items and
Okay.
letting another council member learn and grow and brainstorm with that committee.
Okay. Now, we don't have an alternate appointed for that one. Is that a request from Vivi Rio? Do we know?
They appoint people through their process, so we submit one name that'll go on there, so
Okay.
we'll make them aware. Looking at Amanda, but this wouldn't be Amanda. We'll make them aware and get that in. If they do want to back up, I'll bring that back to council.
Okay, great. Thank you, Wilden. Public Safety Personnel Retirement Board. This is for Fire and Police. Vice Mayor, you've been serving on that. How's that going?
It's great. Kristen is very flexible with scheduling, but I also, it's good experience if anybody else wanted to learn more about what it does and more about the organization and have a chance to work with the lovely Miss Lennon, then I'm also happy to let someone else have that opportunity. Otherwise, it works out just fine. It's flexible enough for my schedule.
Okay.
We might want to ask Kristen if she, is there someone else you'd like to work with? Too tired of my jokes yet?
So does Kristen want to comment on your sense of humor?
No, nothing from the peanut gallery.
All right, is there another council member that would like to serve on this board? I served on it before. The meetings, well, they used to be about 5 minutes. I don't know, since you've been running it, how long they are, but.
Oh. Yeah, they're pretty short.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Will you be willing to continue on that?
Absolutely,
Great.
sure.
Okay.
That's great.
And again, we don't have an alternate on that. Should we select an alternate? No, okay, okay, great. Okay. Cottonwood Area Transit Advisory Committee, Councilmember Holz, you've been serving on that. How's that going?
Going great. I haven't known of a meeting. Have you?
No. As the alternate, I expect I would have heard something from you if I needed to go.
I've not been notified of any meetings, so
Okay.
I don't know if they're having meetings. Do you know, Marianne?
I was told, I asked Bruce, the transit manager, he said that they hold meetings quarterly, and that at the first of the year now, that they would be setting a schedule for the year for the quarterly meetings.
Okay.
All right,
Mr. Mayor, Councilmember, I'll make sure that you get a formal invite with the dates and times.
Thank you.
okay. So yeah, we'll check up on all the ones that are showing up blank right now and make sure that we're represented, yes.
Does that mean you're going to continue to do that
Unless
one?
you want to be the lead and I'll be the alternate. It's okay, either way.
Well, I could do that. Transit in Cottonwood is something I'm becoming more interested in, so it would be interesting to go to those meetings.
Well, do you want to flip?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, great. So then Councilmember Nairn will be the lead on that with Holst as the alternate. And this list has grown over the years as organizations have come into Cottonwood that, this council is passionate about or chooses to be a part of or has been asked to be a part of. So if there's something that is missing from this list that council feels like we should have representation at, please feel free to share it with us or the manager so we can make sure that there's council representation. But I think it's a pretty thorough list. It seems like we're spread out well in the community and keeping our ears to the ground, as they say. So thanks to all of you too for your service. Many of us work full time, except the new vice mayor, of course. Got a lot of free time on his hands.
Yeah.
But,
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
But no, it's sometimes can be a pinch to attend all these extra meetings and everything, but it's crucial. So thanks to you all for your support. And that's that. We don't need a motion on this, do we?
No, I've taken down the appointees, so.
Okay, that's it. You said it was going to be a long meeting, but I don't think it was. Want to make a motion? We can wrap it up.
Well, you got to do
Claims and adjustments?
claims and adjustments.
Okay, I'll move to pay the claims and adjustments.
Second.
Mayor made the motion, Vice, or, yeah, are you still, no, you're not the Vice anymore?
No, she's not.
Have that gray area? Vice Mayor made seconded it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
All right, Olson made the motion, Aaron seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. See how easy that was?
Not so bad.
Piece of cake.